Today, I'm going to teach you how to earn the 𝘆cije𝗂'𝗿𝗄𝗕 sniper rifle, aka the sniper rifle that channels the power of the golden gun and can even work with the celestial nighthawk exotic helmet for more damage. This video took a long time to make due to constant error codes and issues, so please, if you find today's guide useful, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to see future content, and I also stream on Twitch if that's your thing. So without further ado, let's jump into it, and of course, there will be spoilers ahead for some pretty big implications for the story, so just a big warning, big spoilers in this guide. So, once you have finished the campaign for the final shape, you'll find yourself at the D1 tower, and you'll see that it's a proper social space with a vault, postmaster, and NPCs to talk to, and you'll need to do some talking to NPCs. In your quest tab, you'll have the quest Destined Heroes, which says it gives the 𝗿𝗲𝗱𝗏 exotic sword, but this first part of the quest is required to get the 𝘆cije sniper rifle, so you will need to do it even if you're not looking for this sword. So go and listen to the radio transmission, and you'll be told to investigate activity of Savathûn's Lucent Hive, and by turning around you'll see the mission start point. Once you do start the mission, follow your HUD's marker to get to the proper starting point, and you'll notice that it has one main mechanic, and that is to kill the Hive Knights, take their swords, and deflect projectiles into these floating Hive runes to progress. Now, these runes are color coded, so you must deflect void projectiles into the purple ones, which can come from Shrieker attacks or acolytes. You also have to deflect arc projectiles into the blue runes, which will come from wizard attacks, and solar projectiles into the orange ones, which will come from Hive Knight attacks. This is about as complex as this mission is going to get, so just continue and do this central mechanic over and over again until you reach a point in the mission where you find green orbs shielding some of the floating runes in the back. Now, the only difference here is that you need to use your sword's secondary attack to sling some Hive energy into these orbs to break the shields, and then you can resume as normal by deflecting the properly colored projectiles into them. Towards the end of the mission, you will end up getting into a fight with Savathûn, where the only difference is to throw elemental orbs into the floating runes, but it follows the same logic as what you've been doing up until this point. Just match the colors, fight the boss, and you'll get the mission completion. After the mission is over, speak at the Micah's conduit terminal to claim the next part of the Destined Heroes quest, which will require you to speak to 𝗂𝗏 back at the tower. Upon speaking to 𝗂𝗏, you'll be told to check in with your ghost and also receive another quest called 𝘆𝗏𝗕𝗏, which will net you the exotic sniper rifle that this video is made about. Speak with your ghost to pick up some quests from him that you may want later, then proceed on over to the start of the 𝘆𝗏𝗕𝗏 quest, which should be at the base of the tower. This mission does take a bit on the longer side, but it will give you checkpoints as you go throughout it in case you have to stop or you get error coded like I did at one point. You won't lose all your progress, so don't worry. Upon starting the 𝘆𝗏𝗕𝗏 quest, you'll be told to investigate the area. Basically, get on your Sparrow and just drive to the locations on your HUD and use the interact key to inspect them. You'll end up doing this a handful of times, going place to place, doing the same thing, while killing an enemy or two. Then, you'll settle on an area to set up camp, where you just place a tent and some equipment. Your goal here is to collect dark ether in the area with 𝗂𝗏 and Crow, so having a campsite can't hurt, I suppose. After this, you'll go out to collect said dark ether by killing ads in the areas your HUD tells you to go to and picking up the motes that they drop. You'll then be told to locate some energy signatures by scanning a few sites of dead bodies, which will reveal a Cabal war beast that seems to be on methamphetamine, which you'll have to take down. Deal enough damage to the beast and it'll go immune and cower in a shielded area. Go inside the area to fight the beast once more, while also staying alive against its minions to progress the fight. Do this enough times and you'll eventually kill the war beast, then be told to return back to camp. You're basically going to stand around and listen to a yap session between Crow and 𝗂𝗏 before going to sleep in the tent, and a few hours later, being woken up by a taken attack in the area. At this point, you'll be tasked with destroying 4 blights. All you have to do is kill the surrounding enemies around the blight and it'll destroy itself. This is essentially just ad clearing in 4 separate areas, and once you're done with this, you will need to do 2 more, and this time they're going to be guarded by some of the witnesses' minions instead of taken ones. And once you're done with this, you'll then be asked to go back to camp once again, listen to a yap session, and then go to sleep. After you awake, you're tasked with locating a shortcut, and after some time of the Crow speaking to you, you'll get the location on your HUD, to which you'll just need to drive over there, preferably not fall off the cliff while getting there, and then enter into the shortcut. Here, you're at some skank... Here, you're at some shank hunting grounds, which will require you to stay in the confines of the immediate area you find yourself in. You'll notice in this gameplay that I find a pretty good spot that isn't a turnback zone, and just kinda chill here, but your main objective is to kill the Mega Shank. And to do so, you'll need to kill a bunch of the smaller shanks to drive it out, which can be kind of annoying unless you're in this spot because you have to look through these narrow gaps. And while you're looking through these gaps, you need to kill the smaller shanks to basically drive out the Mega Shank and get rid of its immunity shields, etc. You're basically just killing a lot of shanks. And for this fight, I just used a BXR pulse rifle since this pulse is insane ever since the buff, and Gjallarhorn anytime I needed to deal with a big enemy like the Mega Shank. Now, once the shank is defeated, you'll once again be asked to go to the campsite and listen to another YAP session. After this YAP session, you're tasked with finding some stolen dark ether, to which you just follow your HUD for this part as it'll lead you into a deep dark cave where the energy signatures are coming from. Once here, you place down a rally banner in anticipation for a boss fight, then inspect the ether barrel. You'll find yourself fighting an abomination here with plenty of ads to fight alongside it. I found that shooting the boss with 𝘆cie𝗂'𝗕𝗏 instantly moves you into an immunity phase, and at this phase, you essentially kill Screebs for dark ether, then bank said ether in the barrel at the center of the cave. And you're going to end up doing these mechanics over and over again until you defeat the boss, so damage the boss and then bank dark ether, damage the boss, bank, damage the boss, you're good. You're going to do this until you get to the most insane cutscene of Cade and Crow literally just kicking baby Screebs around, which is hilarious, and finally you'll go to camp once more, listen to Cade and Crow speak once again, before heading to the tower and claiming your reward. Now, to my knowledge, there isn't a catalyst available for this weapon that I know of, but in all honesty, 𝘆ਹੁnt is just an incredible sniper rifle that does ridiculous amounts of damage and probably doesn't need a catalyst for a very long time. This weapon is absolutely insane, and obviously this video isn't a review on it, but I just want to say that if you are a Destiny player, you probably should get this sniper rifle ASAP, especially if you are a hunter main because of the Celestial Nighthawk synergy. This thing is going to be absolutely crazy inside of raid activities. But guys, that is going to do it for me today in this video. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you can get your hands on the sniper as soon as possible, and hopefully the error codes that we've been dealing with for day 1 of the final shape subside. Anyways, let me know what you guys want to see in the comments down below as far as future videos. I will be live on my Twitch channel some point after this video goes up, but I am about to go get myself some sleep and then getting back to final shape grinding in the morning. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.